We are gonna get so many points using this, and we'll get a ton of cool rewards. Oh, don't mind me, I'm just using my awesome automation contraption right here to complete as many secret tiers from the cheer event as possible, and I'm hoping to get a ton of cool rewards. I'll walk you through the entire setup, but first, let me show you what kind of resources we can expect to get. So the rewards for these secret tiers are called care packages, and we can find some common resources, packagers and dynamite, metals, small power items, hydrazine and jetpacks, exo chips, and most importantly, nanocarbon alloy and QT RTGs. This is what we're gonna be looking for, and I'm planning on completing a ton of these tiers so that we'll have a ton of cool rewards for Christmas. All I have to do is just keep sending these and getting a ton of points. And once they come back with the rewards, we can place them right here on this platform. This is gonna be our reward storage right here. And we've got some extra scrap as well. But this farm is pretty simple. We are using cosmic baubles to complete this event, because each one of these is 75 points, and all they require is astronium and scrap. For that we have an astronium farm over on this side and a scrap farm right here. I'll go over how both of these work in just a second. And because I'm only using 4 exo request platforms, I limited the speed of the crafting by the speed of the scrap farm. But if we wanted to craft these faster, we could just add multiple soil centrifuges in the scrap farm. We don't need that since it's gonna get backed up anyways. Oh, and look at that, we got some cool rewards. We got packagers and dynamite. I'll just store these right here. You can see how quickly these get filled up, and in case we need a little bit more scrap, we can use this one right here. Unfortunately, it seems like you can't automate the exo request platforms. Trust me, I've tried. So we're just gonna have to send these manually. We could also add another exo request platform right here to the side and just use that to claim our rewards. You can see them in this tab. Right now we have no rewards pending, so we should be good. And we got some more packagers and dynamite. If you haven't completed the cheer delivery event yet, you should, because you're gonna get a ton of cool rewards for completing it. You can see I'm wearing some of them, and to be honest, it's not too hard to complete. I did it in like 30 minutes, so if you want to see that, I've got a video for you, but you should be all set if you build an automation like this. Alright, now let's take a deep dive into the materials needed to craft this. As I said, for one cosmic bauble you're gonna need 1 astronium and 1 scrap. You can get these whichever way you want, but I suggest building a farm for each of them. First up, the scrap farm. You probably know this design already, but what we're doing is we're scrapping resource canisters that we are crafting with the resin we get from these soil centrifuges. Essentially, we are turning soil into scrap and then using the scrap to craft the cosmic baubles. It might be easier to see on this farm right here since there's more space. So this essentially has 3 different sections. The soil centrifuge section, where you create the resin. Then we've got the small printer section where we craft the small canisters. And finally the shredder section where we get our scrap. You can check out the automation playlist where I've got multiple scrap farm videos, so you can build one step by step with me. Now things get a little bit more interesting when we talk about astronium. Of course, it's harder to build an astronium farm than a scrap farm, since you can't just automate it out of soil. But essentially what we did here is we created a train system that goes all the way into the core, and we'll go there in just a second. And this is set to stop all cars and unload stopped cars, which means when the cart comes full of astronium, here it gets unloaded onto this platform. We've also got another extra 400 astronium right here, and the auto arms will grab it, place it in this one, and we can use it to craft our cosmic baubles. We are right near the core here, and we've got 2 auto extractors on an astronium node. Got some auto arms running the astronium into this rail station, and this one is set to load stopped cars, meaning this is gonna get loaded with astronium. And we've got a storage sensor with a proximity repeater on top of it here. This is set to full or empty, so once this gets full, the sensor will activate the proximity repeater, which will activate the cart, and it will go all the way to the top. There it will get unloaded, and once it gets empty, the same thing happens again and the cart comes back down. This essentially automates astronium extraction, and you can get thousands of astronium from a single node. I got more than 1000 from this one right here, but this is a pretty big one. And once it's done, you can just move your setup to a different node, and so on and so forth. And you're gonna get basically infinite astronium. You're definitely gonna get more than you could use, so I'd call it infinite. The one thing you're gonna notice is that these extractors work pretty slow, but if you want, you can overclock them and they will work much faster. I won't go into how to overclock them in this video, but just know that it's a pretty simple concept. It's not necessary though. So right now I'm just waiting for this to get filled up, and I'll head back to the surface. We'll wait for it there. We'll be able to see it get unloaded and used into the cosmic bauble farm. You can see it coming right there. In just a second, all the astronium will get unloaded, and there it goes. So there we go, we've got astronium coming in, we've got scrap coming in on the other side. We are getting a ton of points, getting some cool rewards. We also got some power items, and at this point the farm has been running for about 15 minutes. I'll keep it going and we'll see what kind of rewards we get after an hour. I know I said we were gonna look at the rewards after an hour, but I got a bit carried away, so it's been 3 hours now, and these are the rewards we got so far. We have everything from hydrazine, jetpacks, we've got QTRTG, a ton of exochips, even some portable smelting furnaces which were not listed as event items, but I guess the site just wasn't updated since last year. We also got small power items like batteries, stuff like that, a ton of metals and resin, graphite and clay. We got way more of those than we possibly need right now. Then yeah, more items, QTRTGs and exochips, and a ton of dynamite and packagers. I don't really know what to do with all these items, but if you have any idea, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. We didn't get any nanocarbon alloy yet, but there's still more than 30 days left of the event, and I'm gonna keep on completing these tiers. What we did get though is a ton of QTRGG. Let's actually count them. I think I can see 6 right now, as well as 8 portable smelting furnaces. I'm not even gonna count the exochips. So yeah, this has been great. The cheer delivery event is a great way to find these rare items. In the next video I'll be building a toy factory with all of the new Christmas items. Make sure to save the Christmas playlist. This video will be in there, other videos will be in there. Make sure to save it and watch it over the winter holidays. But that's gonna be it for this video. I've been Games for Life and I'll see you next time. Cheers, Astroneers!